Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. Merry Christmas? Crimbo? Is that what it is in this game? Christmas Eve? I don't actually know. I didn't actually do the math. There's a good chance this is going to get uploaded on like December 23rd or something, and I'll be way off. I didn't count out how many episodes I have recorded so far. I'm trying to get ahead by a fair amount so that I don't miss the holidays, and these will all be scheduled uploads and make things easy on me. I'm out holidaying, vacationing, taking it easy, probably just watching movies on the couch right this very minute, so don't worry about me. I don't know. I don't know what today's date is going to be. It's a weird thing to think. I have the arsenic, so I can just add that, drop it in, carefully empty the jar of arsenic into the third hopper. So now we have this whole other thing to play with. I should check this first. You can't find the fourth symbol in here. That's fine, I guess. Ooh, this is just scenery right now, but it won't become more than that. Should be making polish for chrome. Okay, so the descriptor of what it does comes down to the first two things added, right? So that won't have changed. That'll still be baloney. So flush it out, we're looking for chrome. So if I kind of have to go a little bit systematically. I guess I know that any combination of the first two is not. The arsenic needs to be a part of it, and then it doesn't matter. Chalk, bleaching, I assume this is chalk, but I don't... That's really interesting, actually. What could that be? So if I play around with things... I can't imagine there being a thing where it's like chalk polishing. Oh, well, I just made it that far at least. What did but I was wondering if there's something you could apply to the chalk that suddenly makes it like comprehensible to you, but that doesn't really make sense. But we're on the right track here. So lead and arsenic, we'll try that. Oh no, I guess that's not what I did the first time. Deodorizing is suddenly different. Crap. Try again. Now I just want to remember how the hell I got polishing. It wasn't mercury and arsenic. Okay. I'm focusing wholly on this. Polishing. Okay. Flush it. It's 2 and 3 for that. So let me say just arsenic and smoke polishing. No good. Try again. Lead and arsenic. 2 and 2. That's rubber. Flush it. How about... Oh, do you know what? Here's something I should check. If I go mercury arsenic is chalk. And then if I go arsenic mercury, it's bronze. It totally changes. Bronze is totally going to be relevant to the statue outside. I still need to deal with that, right? What did he need the chrome polish for? I should be making making note of this rather than trying to remember it, because I'm kind of having to remember things. Chrome polish for the statue? Or the entire room is chromed, or was it bronzed? Bronze statue. So the bronze is gonna come up. That's gonna be a thing. Or it'll be a side thing, potentially. Now I've messed myself all around. 2 and 1. Right, that wouldn't be. It needs to include arsenic. So 3 and 2, 2 and 3. Glass. No, that's new, but it's not right. 3 and 1. Bronze. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna make note that 3 and 1 is bronze. Which of these was like things related to this game? This is okay. 3-1 bronze. I'll try not to make note of everything, but that's a start. Maybe I should be making note of everything, because now I'm gonna start. I'm basically just going to guess and check, and I'll come back to you guys once I've figured it out. This is going to be grinding out this guessing here. You can't use the bronze polish on the statue. I thought I would double check that since I had some, but it's nothing. I think there's nothing chrome yet. I think I need the 4th hopper. So I think I need to do something either with the chalk, which is 1-3. Chalk bleaching. Maybe that's already what I had tried. Chalk something or bronze something, and then I think that'll give me the clue to the next step in the chemicals. It makes sense that all 4 hoppers are going to be a part of this. Ooh, removing. That'll be important. So I think if I have 3-1, 3-3, bronze removing, keep it. I also, I think, kept every possible combination of chalk-based things to see. I haven't tested if any of them do anything. Not yet. So that could still be a future thing, like the next step in this process. Wow. Bronze remover is somehow not what I need here? A bronze statue. Wow. I've had such confidence that that's what I would need. Bleach, softener, deodorant, straightener, purifier, polish, maybe, strength, revivifier. Revivifier is confusing enough that maybe that is what I need. So let me see if I remember that offhand. That one was 2-3 maybe? No, but I'll keep it. I guess I'm foolish for thinking that I could have remembered that. There it is. Okay, 2 different things that potentially also seem like they would be of use. The bronze revivifier. There we go. That was such a strange result that it makes sense here. And he can surely teach me more things. You splash revivifier on the statue, and gradually the metallic bronze color turns into more regular flesh tones. Oh, also clothes tones. Oh, goodness me, is it Monday already? It's Thursday, sir. Thursday, 1928. Well, doff it all. I don't know how to read that letter. Dash? I think it was kind of like used as an S-like thing before. I knew I should have set an alarm. Oh, do forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Dr. Ambrose Adams. I know, I read it on your plaque. Plaque? He steps down off his plinth and looks at it. Marvelous! How very kind of them. My name's Graeme of the Valley. Oh, a pleasure, indeed. 1928, you say? That would make it, 205 years. So much for the faculty luncheon. Did you bronze yourself? Deliberately? Oh yes, quite so. My new formula required testing, you see, and I had no plans of particular import for the weekend. I thought perhaps I would skip ahead a bit. A graduate student was instructed to awaken me. If he comes asking for me a letter of recommendation, I shall have some rather stern words for him. He's probably dead, unless he silvered himself just to one-up you. Ah, of course. Well then, I shall call it that his just deserts. Welcome to the future. Thank you, yes indeed. I find myself rather excited for the prospect, you know. Has anything good been invented? You want me to run you through 205 years of inventions, hey? Probably a few things? At least a couple, like 1 or 2 worth mentioning, I'm sure. They're working on something called television. Apparently it's like the moving pictures, except you'll be able to have one in your own home? That's too many steps removed for this guy. Well, I must say that sounds ridiculous. Who ever heard of a moving picture? Wow, yeah, you've missed a lot. I suppose I am in need of a guide. Might I impose to accompany you? Oh, will this be instead of Molly? Sure, yeah, I was just saying. I'm down to try out a new companion. Let's give this guy a chance. Sure, in fact, there's something I think you might be able to help me with. Oh, pray tell. I've got a chemicals assignment that's giving me some trouble. Are you familiar with old alchemy symbols? Ha! Young man, is a feline acquainted with its own anus? I love that. Dr. Adams joined. Mind waiting at Isabella's? Oh, okay, we're like automatically taking him with us. Well, that's fine, because I was down to anyways. Professor Adams is looking around bemusedly. Everything appears to be proceeding splendidly, my friend. I must say, I'm very pleased to see that the Institute is still at the forefront of technological advancements in mathematics and sciences. Has Pascal's mechanical calculating device become widespread in its use? Or perhaps it has been overtaken by Leibniz's stepped reckoner? I don't know what those are, but from context I'm guessing a sort of typewriter for math? A what? It's a thing you push its buttons and it writes letters for you? A secretary? Whoa, so what's your favorite thing about teaching here? Well, access to materials and funding is the practical answer, but even more important than that to me was having a community where everyone was always excited to talk about the latest projects and delighted to hear about your own progress. The atmosphere of innovation and discovery made coming to work here every day a joy. Wow, nice. Also, having plenty of students around to do the scut work? I've never heard scut before. Scut work was very handy. I observed that the Institute is admitting women students now. Yeah, since nearly 50 years ago, I think. That isn't a problem for you, is it? Oh, no, not at all. I've always considered myself an egalitarian in that regard. The sciences are for everyone, you know. Oof, that's good. I must say, however, that the amount of unclothed ankle on display is scandalous. The young men must be in constant danger of their brains overheating. That's why I got this fancy hat on here. It really protects me from the overwhelming sensuality of ankles. Remind me to get you some heart pills before we go anywhere with dancing. If you guys watch the Elvis movie, I don't know, I partially recommend it. I almost recommend it for Austin Butler's performance alone. He's pretty unreal, very transformative. And then I knock a few points off of it for Tom Hanks giving like one of the worst performances of his career. But the way it's filmed, Baz Luhrmann is such an insane director. Everything is so over the top all the time. So it's fun. It's a fun watch if nothing else. And one of my favorite scenes is when Elvis is performing. One of the first times he performs, and he's just like shaking his legs, and women are like fainting in the crowd and stuff, which is like not exaggerated. It is like maybe a little bit, but as far as I've heard, that's kind of true. Like people weren't prepared for the raw sexuality of a man wiggling his legs around. Amazing how far we've come. What a fine thing to see the old chemicals building again. A veritable monument to knowledge of the fundamental essences of this world. It hasn't changed a bit in 205 years. Feeling nostalgic? Mostly, I'm shocked that no one has accidentally blown it up yet. You know what, I never plugged this sort of thing, and I was running in the back of my mind the last 30 seconds there. I have a channel, 2 Left Frames, 2 Left Frames, where I talk about like movies and stuff, and I have like a video that's about comparing Rocketman and Bohemian Rhapsody, the 2 biopics, and I talk a little bit about Elvis at the end of the video. But I don't know, I just like talking movies, and if you're interested in that sort of stuff at all, I recommend checking out that channel, and maybe you'll enjoy some of that. I never plug my other channels, so you know, maybe it'll be up your alley. Okay, I think he's starting to repeat himself a little bit. Let's go look at numbers on a board together. This is just scenery right now. I thought you were gonna help me, man. Do you want to talk to your old colleague here? Nope, not old colleague. Old peer, I guess, but no, not really. Nice to be back in the laboratory again, smelling that good old chemical smell. Well, to be smelling anything other than bronze, in point of fact. Wait, were you actually conscious while you were bronzed? I would rather not speak of it. Yeah, understandable, man. Probably he can read the last symbol. A Stradilini multi-alembic. Are these still in use in modern times? I would have thought the technology would be much more advanced by now. The class I'm taking is pretty introductory. The professor said he was starting with the basics. I see. Well, that is quite reasonable. What seems to be the trouble? The last hopper's empty, and I don't know what's supposed to go in there. The book here doesn't list that symbol. Does it not? How embarrassing! Pray, allow me to correct it. He pulls a quill pen and a small ink blot out of his pockets and starts writing in the book. Should you be doing that? Oh, why not? It is my book after all. Still in good condition, I'm pleased to see. Perhaps you could have just told me the answer, but this is fine. It helps everyone this way. This is the advantage of a proper vellum page over paper, or of course. And my colleagues make fun of me for being old-fashioned. Well, I don't see their shoddy paper books in this classroom. I like this companion. He's like a little bit not bitter, but like he's rubbing it in their faces and like that old jerkwad student who bronzed me, screw him and stuff. But he's like polite and he's like a feminist and like a forward thinker and stuff, an intellectual. But he's kind of I don't know. I like the character. He blows gently on the ink to dry it and gestures grandly towards the book. There you are, duly corrected. Dr. Adams has added a new entry to the list indicating that the fourth symbol stands for lithium, which I probably still will need to add. Yeah, it's not an automatic thing. Well, let me just pour a bunch of arsenic into here and somehow it makes smoke removing juice, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I do intend to just discard them all, and then in the future, if I need them, I'll refigure it out. But I'm guessing most of those are useless. So, where can I get some lithium? Lithium! This is tricky for the getting. But you to knowing Professor Gilbert did to hearing about a soda company that to putting lithium in the sodas was a year previous. What? Why? Lithium to making you thirsty, a feedback loop of very profit. Unfortunately, lithium also you very confused to making, and your bowels either none at all or way too much. The business they to going out of. Well, rats. That's not much help then. But their factory in Ocean City is still where it is, so perhaps a quantity of lithium there you are to finding. Okay, great. I will check that out. I like having an excuse to go back to Ocean City because I have a few stops I would like to make. The quickest and most immediate one that is kind of out of nowhere, it may seem, oh, I have a cursed fishing rod. I hadn't even noticed that. Like when I picked that up, I didn't even think about that. Okay, crazy. Well, let's go to the Compass's curse, which I believe was the baseball one. And at some point, I'm pretty sure someone just kind of told me what to do here. I'm coach. I'm ready to hit the balls. Let me get in there. Woohoo! So, the thing that the coach has to say is about beating the other team, beating their score. And apparently the solution, which after watching me struggle with it for 5 minutes or whatever, I can appreciate in that instance that people are like, I don't think people said just go whack the scoreboard. They said, like, think about the double meaning of beating the score and think about how silly this game is. And I was like, oh, it just wants me to go whack the scoreboard. So, I've been meaning to come back to that. Here is my excuse. Son, my number one boy, you did it, you son of a gun. You won the whole damn game. Did I really do good, coach? Look at the scoreboard. It's 0 to whole. That's the whole ball game. Couldn't have done it without you. That's one for the accountants. This one's for all who say baseball. Couldn't have done it without you. Now, get over here, champ, and pucker up, because here comes the coach's big sniff. He's not going to kiss me, is he? What the hell is he doing? Anyway, I don't know what that was all about. Funny, the compass feels extremely reassuring now that it's back to being an ordinary little thing in your hand and not something hurled at your head in oversized ghostly form from every cardinal direction. It glows faintly. You've removed the curse from this compass, making it just a comp. 25 and 25. To think you were scared of a little old compass. I was never scared of the compass. I'm not scared. That's good. I completed a mob task of shaking the paint cans, so I should have been able to pick up the phone after that, shouldn't I? I talked to Jessica. Looks pretty busy, but she always does. Charles. Okay, so like I could do the cursed fishing rod, which I guess that's why she has nothing to say, is that I managed to find the next cursed object on my own anyways. So maybe while I'm here, let's take a look at this. The machine winds up whirring and humming at odd intervals, casting about for some elusive frequency. This continues for some time and you begin having difficulty breathing. Just as you fear you might pass out, the incessant cycling stops, suddenly with a pop. The curse has been removed and you can breathe once again. Stripped of all eldritch magic and mysteriic. I love that. I never know why magic has a K sometimes. The once cursed fishing rod is now perfectly banal. Actually, it looks pretty lousy, which doesn't matter much because the lines were dismissed along with the curse. Because the line, deals 2 muscle physical. The fishing rod's curse now swims in the very depths of the machine, daring any astral fisherman about to come down and get it. Maybe later. I'm kind of in the middle of several things here. I probably am not going to make it to the next stop for the next part of this quest right this minute. You hang your poster up, making your space seem even more like a messy dorm room. That's how I like it. Is it just whatever poster I most recently found? Because I sure had a lot of those. Are they all gone? Maybe they just replaced each other. I think that's probably what it was. So maybe I was supposed to keep an eye out and have my keep an eye out for my favorite, the one I most wanted. I'll keep that in mind longer term. Take a fresh note. Congratulations on your successful shakedown. There we go. You will be contactinated with another request in due timeliness. A briefcase filled with meat. 400. That's actually more than I remembered getting from these little side quests. And now we have our new message. Don T, call the mob back. Upon auditorially processing the alert bell from this telephonic device, I have answered it. Come on, Don. Dial it back a notch. As it is. You who have dialed my number, I do not entirely understand this request. As it is you, Mr. of the Valley. Alright, well anyway, what do you need? Our observationalists have reported that you have or will soon become operational within Porkham and the locus of education known as the Seaside Institute of Technology. Soon become operational. Yeah, I'm already there, so I'm a step behind here because it took me a while to get around to doing the shakedown. I don't think I care for being observationalized. Is this another shakedown? That will not be necessarious. We are not in a competitive relationship with this academical institution. No kidding. The specific task we require of you is too sensitivinal to communicate to you in a telephonular manner. Proceed to the Luncheonette Fission Chips, whereupon you will meet with one of our operatives who is known by the sobriquet Greasy Steve. You will recognize him, but no, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I'll know him when I see him. Then fortuitous chance on your objective. Talking to that guy sends me spinning around worse than talking to any of the goblins. I have your drum of vermouth. Yeah, baby, this is one of my favorite mouths. Order a drink. The vermouth. Oh, see, I've given him olives and I've given him vermouth. Is he missing something to make a martini? Because I'm waiting for that to be added. That's interesting. What other hints do you have, man? I'm curious if apparently there's 6 chapters, so I'm nowhere near done this game. But maybe he'll give me a hint that makes sense. Those who seek to quench their thirst will coins sometimes get more than they bargained for. Maybe a gambling or something, somewhere where you need to spend a coin. I don't know. Oh, okay. I thought that was all he was going to have. In hollowed halls, machines sell things that men once sold. So again, I think he's talking about vending machines. That seems to be the main thing there. Is there's somewhere that I'll go rooting around through vending machines? Someone pointed out that the basement had a manhole cover, and I'm pretty sure that I did end up going there and doing that myself. It's the way the episodes got broken up. They probably commented that before I had got around to doing that on my own. I'll do a read through these shelves. It's been a long while since I encountered anything new there. I kind of thought that I would have. Hey, do you have anything you want to say about Ocean City? All is well, my fine young trout. Have you any questions for me? The street lamps have been extended to quite a height. How on earth do the lamplighters reach them of an evening? Oh, the gas lamps were all replaced with electric ones about 20 years ago? My word! So the great Mr. Boyle's experiments on electrically generated light have come to fruition? Marvelous! I don't know who that is, but yeah, it's good stuff. Wherever did the city procure such quantity of diamonds as to power so many lamps? That was a thing, they were trying to make diamond light? That's insane. I bet it was nice living near the ocean back before things started to get industrialized. 'Twas a double-edged sword, to be honest. Easy access to the mercantile trade was invaluable for acquiring rare ingredients for my research. The salt air played merry hell with my chemicals, however. I was thinking more in terms of it being nice and scenic. Scenic! The ocean does not look like hardly anything at all. No, not much of a poet or an artist, is he? Makes sense for a man of science. I guess I should warn you to steer clear of the road, Professor. Modern cars are a lot more dangerous than the old horse-drawn ones. Yes, indubitably so. I must congratulate you on cleaning up the streets. However, on a hot day, 'twas the smell of dung that would knock a man over. Perhaps you could explain to me, how are the ghosts stored? Excuse me? I assume these modern carriages are powered by the ghosts of now unnecessary horses harvested at the glue factory, perhaps? What was Ocean City back like back in your day? Well, not very different from today, in fact. The buildings were not so tall, you know. I rather expected there to be more people about. It was definitely more crowded here just a few years ago. I'm not sure what happened. Smallpox, I presume. There was quite a nasty outbreak of it long before I bronzed myself. Oh no, smallpox was dealt with years ago. Someone figured out a vaccine for it. A what? Was there a lot of crime in the city 200 years ago? Oh yes, one had to keep a careful eye on one's money purse in those days. The streets were positively filled with orphan children seeking to get their diving hooks into one's pockets. Nowadays they just threaten you with a knife. Well, that hardly seems sporting. I bet it was nice to live near the city, live near the ocean. All of that seems fairly dealt with. Greasy Steve's. I kind of had it in my mind that I had more stops to make. I kind of have a branch here now where I either go to... What the heck? What was the thing he added? The soda factory. The soda factory is the other one. Instead, I'm going to go on a little tangential side venture here, because why not? The mining hat is the last hat that was new, apparently. I don't think the mushroom cap is new. He has seen that one. But... And I also think my ridiculous, the hat I've been using a lot, maybe that is new. No. So, perhaps I have less here to show him than I thought, but I know that one minimum is new. And the duct tape is not a hat. So that's probably it. But I also did want to... It's so weird. I don't know why. Like, someday am I going to be able to do something with that guy? The games. I thought there was a chance. 9 to all stats. I swear... I'm right on the cusp of that. What are the odds that I could add, like, +1 to everything? Muscle and Moxie. I could do something like that. I could add Muscle and Moxie, and then from food. Oh yeah, the stench armor is kind of dumb, anyways. I don't need that. That's okay. Muscle, and Moxie. I think that's the only one that's a bit of both. So I'll eat the weird omelet. Ooh. You eat the omelet. Fried fish is not the best ingredient for one of these, but at least it's not as bad as green peppers. I like green peppers in an omelet. Protein and grease. Your muscles are fortified with egg and your joints are lubricated with fish oil. Muscle and Moxie. And then I need one way to add mysticality. And it doesn't really matter how, preferably through an item. There it is. 9s all around. Barely crossing the threshold needed here. Okay, I need you to use these 3 baseballs to knock over that row of 4 wooden ducks, punch a hole through a sheet of 3/4-inch plywood with your bare fist, and translate a randomly selected page of the Brothers Karamazov from the original Russian. Jeez. Oh, come on, don't chicken out. You spend the 10 meat, you carefully weigh one of the baseballs in one hand while stretching the knuckles of the other and scanning the page of dense Cyrillic characters. Then you take a deep breath and make a fist. My heart disagrees, but whatever, I'll drink with you. Quack, 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 ricochet. Take a deep breath. And shout some Russian. I want to brawl. Punch, quack. Bravo. Not the usual way that last bit is translated, but I'll take it. And give you this in return. The wind-up monkey. Dang it. This is your least favorite kind of monkey. Wind it up to inflict bleeding equal to your moxie once per fight. Pretty damn strong. This is, like, it's good, and you could weaken enemies like crazy, but being able to have everyone bleeding, I think I'll try that out. I'll see how much I can, like, maximize that. It seems like kind of crazy damage output. Oh, there's totally another tier after that still. I kind of thought it would be. It seems like checks have been adding up quite a bit, quite recurringly. Like, you know, the chess checks and things build their way up to like 11 as well. So I kind of was suspicious that it would end up getting that high. So I think I'm going to throw on these clown pants. And just one more randomly. I might as well keep trying this here and there. Trying the chess. Maybe eventually I'll have enough. Oh, see, but I didn't really apply many different armors or anything to get there. I have a lot of sleeves to work with, hot and cold. Oh, the cold is worse than I thought it was, actually. Yeah, probably not even close to pulling this off then. I'll be missing so many of the higher checks required, and I didn't really optimize at all. That went on quite a ways. So, like, oh, my spooky and stench are just garbage, as they are. Like, maybe if I threw on things like the stench armor, big boost there. If I cold and spooky, maybe I just abandon spooky. Like, maybe I don't worry about that one at all. How much spooky could I add? That would require drinking a potion, so, like, maybe. That doesn't add much of anything. What is... I don't really feel like replacing a potion for something when I'm kind of half-assedly just testing this out, and that's quite a strong one. So I don't see a lot of value in that. Cold armor options, yeah, okay, I could throw that on. That's an easy one. So that's a little bit more balanced. I could potentially make it a little deeper into the chess match, but I think I'm still going to be a ways off. And that's probably as far as I plan on taking that for now. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Well, I might as well just fail. That one was just for Jessica's sake. I just wanted her to feel good about herself before I humiliate her with my chess prowess that for some reason my balaclava is giving me. Hey, that was a lot of past checks in a row. I feel good about that. She's getting a little nervous maybe before just hammering me. Oh no. That was a lot of failed checks in a row. Beginner's luck, that 10 armor. Yeah, I don't have what it takes still. Still just a scrub. Still a failure. Let me swap out all my stuff so I don't forget to do so later. Thank you all so much for watching. Weird in-between episode, making progress on quests, just how I like it. Pitch me some episode ideas, and I hope to see you all again soon.